testified that he went to a high court in Rivers State earlier, challenging the impartiality and competence of the Rivers State Judicial Commission of Inquiry to exercise the powers to summon, investigate, prosecute, and punish him, and sought for an injunction from the High Court to restrain the Judicial Commission of Inquiry from further investigation of the matter, insisting that it lacked such powers. However, the High Court dismissed the relief sought and stated that the Judicial Commission of Inquiry had power under the Constitution to summon, investigate, and declare findings, but lacked power to pass judgment and punish, and so refused to grant that further hearing of the case he suspended. Therefore, Right Honorable Amaechi took the case. Thereafter, Right Honorable Chibike Amaechi took the case to appeal court, seeking to quash the decision of the State High Court. Observation and findings. As investigation of the matter progressed, additional important documents which view the case from various positions were also tendered before the committee, and these were also taken into consideration in drawing the recommendations of the committee. The documents include: 1. A letter from Office of the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice of Rivers State forwarding the report, white paper of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry for the investigation of the administration of Governor Chibike Amaechi on the sale of valued assets of Rivers State and other related matters under the chairmanship of Honorable Justice George Otapo Omereji, dated October 8, 2015. 2. The ruling/judgment dated 20th August 2015 of the Rivers State High Court by Honorable Justice S.C. Amadi, Judge, which rejected the relief sought to declare the Judicial Commission of Inquiry lacks the powers to investigate and make findings known, and therefore dismissed the suit. 3. 3 different letters from Edward and William, a firm of legal practitioners, on behalf of the Ministerial nominee, as follows: A. A letter from the Ministerial nominee, Right Honorable Amaechi, could not appear at the committee hearing because of the constraint that the matter was in court. Since whatever he may say at the committee hearing will be seen as prejudicial to court judgment, the letter was dated October 8, 2015. The second letter, a letter to counter the contents of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, white paper, dated 12th October 2015. 3. A letter to discountenance the contents of the petition by Mr. Livingstone Wiche, dated 9th October 2015. 4. Notice of summons from the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, submitted to the committee on the 20th October 2015, summoning the Senate President and the Senate of the National Assembly to appear before it. The suit seeks to clarify the position of the law as to whether the Senate can screen, consider, ratify, accept, approve, or confirm an indicted ministerial nominee. The committee also observed that: 1. Neither the Senate nor the presenter knew that the matter being presented on the floor of the Senate was already a subject of litigation in an appeal court or a Port court. 2. Since the matter is already a subject of litigation in a competent court of law, and since the Senate could not work contrary to its own rules, Order 41.7, it is contrary in taking further action. Recommendations. Following from the discovery that the matter before the Senate is actually before a competent court of law, the committee accordingly recommends as follows: A. That since the ministerial nominee had gone to the Court of Appeal to challenge the content of the petitions and the white paper of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, the Senate is unable to recommend the consideration of his confirmation. B. That the Senate do consider and adopt the recommendation as proposed by the committee. Conclusion. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the committee wishes to thank Mr. President and my distinguished senators for your support and opportunity to serve our dear nation in this capacity. Thank you and God bless. This report is signed. This report is signed by 7 out of the 11 members who are not around. Thank you, Mr.
President. Senator Leader.
Distinguished colleagues, I rise under Order 53(9) to provide proper guidance. This report that is submitted has 5B2, which states clearly, since a matter is already a subject of litigation in a competent court of law, and since the Senate could not work contrary to its own rules, that is Order 41(7), it is constrained in taking any further action. Now let this be the recommendation so accepted. I so move. Yes.
Am I allowed? No. Whenever the leader moves a motion, sometimes I'm expected to second, but amend. I wanted to amend his motion. Because we are also allowed to move a counter motion. Well, Mr. President, because of the maturity of the Senate and the sanctity of these chambers, you recall that when this place order, because of the sanctity of this Senate, the maturity of the Senate, you recall that when the nominee appeared before us, I stood up on behalf of my colleagues, the caucus of the PDP, and explained that we will only make comments after the report that was tabled before us was finally presented to the Senate for discussion. The chairman, today the report has been presented before us. I just want us to follow not our sentiments, but follow our rule that in seconding whatever motion he has, that I rather want to move a motion that in line with the agreement that was made on the day of screening, that the Senate do allow proper discussion of the report that has just been presented before us. I so move. It's a fresh motion. I'm not seconding. Distinguished, the leader came on Order 53(7) and 52(7). Yeah, I made an amendment to the recommendation.
I'm not introducing anything, sir. I'm taking the recommendation of the chairman of the report, which says,
can we, two issues. Is there any seconder to this motion? He has raised and he has. Leader of the Senate.
Sir, let me explain. I stood up under the standing order to move my motion, and my motion is still standing for secondment, and you put the question.
Mr. Chairman, sir. Mr. Chairman, the Senate leader the